In this video, I'm going to answer one of my viewers' question about rotation versus twisting in Tai Chi. I will demonstrate to you what it looks like when we keep the shoulder and the hip aligned and rotate, and what kind of power we generate there, versus when we have a little bit of a twist, meaning the hip might lead and then the shoulder leads afterwards, or follows afterwards. This particular viewer felt like they were actually getting a little more power when they had that twisting motion. And I'll show you what I think is actually happening there. So I have Cannon here, so come on over, Cannon. And we'll do just a simple posture like this. So Cannon's going to grab a hold of me, and he's going to keep me from, I'm going to try to rotate you, okay? So I'm going to try to rotate him, and we'll keep my shoulders and my hips aligned. And then when I rotate, I just keep that all aligned as one unit, okay? So when I do that, it actually generated some power, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it sort of took him horizontally that way because the structure was moving as one unit. Now, I wasn't even using song or postural alignment or fascia connection or energy at that point. Now what I want to show you is what it would look like if I try to lead with the hip and then add the shoulder afterwards, which would be a twisting. So if I lead with the hip and then I try to go, I get nothing, right? Let's see. Yeah, I can't move him at all. So what I'm doing here is hip and then shoulder. So in my instruction, that would be considered twisting when the shoulder is delayed behind the hip. And we don't want to twist in Tai Chi. We keep the central part as our powerhouse, like the axis to the gear. And then that starts the momentum that takes the person. Now, what I suspect was happening with the viewer, who had a really excellent question, was that he felt like when they rotated, they weren't as powerful as when they were doing that twisting. And I think what was happening is when they rotate, that their knee is retracting back a little bit. So I'll give you a little space here, so that knee was coming back a little bit. So when you rotate, it's important that you keep your knees bent and you only rotate as far as you can while keeping the knees bent, instead of it coming back like that. And that's where I feel like possibly they were feeling a weakness in their structure. So let me show you what that looks like. Right there, so you're going to be here. Yep. So as I'm rotating, if I retract my knee, it really weakens my structure. I mean, it's like nothing, right? Just a puff of wind would take me over.
Yeah.
So it's very important that as I'm rotating, I keep both knees bent and I'm not doing this. Even incrementally, even like as a millimeter. So you only rotate as far as you can go while keeping the shoulder and the hip aligned, and then go. Now, yeah, and that time I actually connected deeper inside of him. That's why you felt more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely took you.
Oh, yeah.
Easier.
I mean, I felt it, but I didn't know the reason.
Yeah. Okay, so now that you understand it, stay here, keeping this aligned and keeping your knees bent and not allowing that knee to extend back when you rotate, how much power that can generate in of it by itself. So when we do our Tai Chi, we're always practicing that so that movement is in our repertoire. So now what I'll do is I'll add song and good posture, and not this military posture, but the alignment and opening of my joints. So as he grabs a hold this time I'll really be mindful of myself and my own posture and my song. And then when I rotate, I just stay nice and loose. And it's a lot easier to move him. Yeah. He threw the carpet up there. Okay. And he went further too. Yeah.
I ended up like over there.
Yeah, you did. So by opening up the posture and releasing the muscles, it's like I can dial in more to my structure and I can rely more on it rather than on my muscle power, which will tend to break the structure. So when it says one body part moves, all body part moves, that's possible when we release the muscle structure, or rather release muscle tension. So now I won't tell him what I'm going to do. So grab a hold. So he's resisting, he grabs a hold, and I get all of that in place, that song, and now I can go anywhere I want with him. Yeah. So he didn't know what was going to happen, but this time I'll very subtly be a little more twisted, so my shoulder is slightly behind, and I'll try it. Now, I probably could do it just because,
It's getting me a little bit.
yeah, because but now once I straighten out and I song, that got him. Yeah. So we really want to keep the shoulder and the Kua aligned and keeping your knees a forward expression, not a back expression, especially when you're doing the delivery. Now, after you initiate the movement, like I have him here, I'm in song, and then I initiate the movement, I might need to adjust, I might need to step back, but my knees are still straight, and so then I meant to say my knees are still bent. It's hard to multitask. I just really want to demonstrate the difference. So, because there's people going to say, wow, that's not really happening. But if I'm just twisted even a little bit and I try to implement those things, I'm successful maybe on this half. So I'm twisted and I'm trying to get them down. My knees are bent, but I'm twisted, but I'll align. And the magic happens. So, you okay, Ben?
I'm getting out of breath.
All right, thank you. So, a long answer to a very good question of one of my viewers about twisting versus rotating and a demonstration. And again, I'm not doing these demonstrations to show that this would work in some sort of altercation. What this is practice and a feedback loop, so that when everything is dialed in, something happens, and then that's what I carry into the sensation of my Tai Chi. And I hope you will be able to as well. So thank you for joining me. If you like my work, please consider joining my membership, my channel membership. It's a small monthly amount, but it helps me to be able to make these videos for you. Thank you, and I'll see you next video.